guys, so it's me, Kiani. Today's video is going to be definitely a life update. It's also going to be a video that I must say I had totally planned to be something completely different. If you, obviously you're watching this video because of the thumbnail, you saw the title, and I think we should probably just jump right into it because I'm wanting closure. I'm hoping that this video brings me closure, and also helps any of you that are watching this that is going through something anywhere near similar to what my experience was. When I say that this video was intended to be somewhat different, obviously at this time my family and I were preparing to be expecting a baby, or for me to be delivering baby number 3 in November of 2019. It did come as quite a surprise. So you can imagine, we do have 2 healthy children. My daughter is 14, our son, well, our daughter is 14, our son is 11. We had long, my husband and I had long put out of our minds possibly even becoming pregnant again. But lo and behold, I did become pregnant. So we went through the entire almost 9-10 weeks of me being pregnant, having 3 pregnancy tests come up pregnant, and waiting to go to our doctor's visit that the information came out that I was experiencing a chemical pregnancy. Now, for those of you that are like me, a chemical pregnancy is one of those things that is brand new. I would say it's a new term to the pregnancy community, or a term that's more so associated with IVF. Again, I will be 44 in September of this year, of 2019. We were not planning to have any more kids. We were not taking IVF treatments. So the farthest thing from my mind is that we would experience a miscarriage. And I will tell you, even talking about it now, like I feel like I'm coming undone, but I still feel that it's important to put this type of information out. I'm usually a very vocal person when it comes to certain things that happen in my life, and I usually use experiences that have happened to me to be inspirational. And I am battling through the depression of a miscarriage right now. I'm currently battling through that now, although I would like to think that the shock of hearing that we were going to experience a miscarriage and we were experiencing a chemical pregnancy, even with it being such a tragic thing, such a shock, such an emotional roller coaster, such a physical draining experience, I would still like to look at this experience as you know, basically God trying to protect me from something, trying to protect my family from something. And that's kind of how we've been getting through this experience. I'll give you guys a little bit more information on what a chemical pregnancy is. I did do a little bit of research at the time after we found out from the doctor that that's what I was experiencing, even to the point that the beautiful sonogram pictures that my family and I were expecting to see, it just looks totally different. So you get the printout here, and I'm shaking. Okay, so you get the printout, and this is what they call the sac. So this is the sac where the baby or the embryo would typically implant. For me, it did not. Again, we were about 9 weeks, and you can see each one of these pictures is the sac. Each one of these pictures is the sac, and all you see is black. So for me, this is where finding the blessing in the experience comes from. We were about 9 weeks into the pregnancy, and that meant that the embryo should have implanted. We should have had a heartbeat. That's what we experienced with my first 2 pregnancies. Full-term, healthy, vaginal birth babies. So in my mind, I wasn't going to experience anything outside of that. But we did. All of my hormone levels said that I was pregnant. My physical self said that I was pregnant. The cravings, the extreme sense of smell, the exhaustion, everything that comes with pregnancy and first trimester, I experienced. The thing that did not happen, the embryo did not implant in the sac. So where's the beauty in that, you say? For me to process what happened, I, along with my doctor, is thinking that something happened at the time that the egg and the sperm was supposed to implant, or to be fertilized and implant in the sac. And it could come from a million different things from what the doctor's telling me, but it could come from so many different things. I'm older. My husband's older. That's mainly what we're thinking. I don't know. Like, is there really any valid excuse for it that will make it okay what happened? I think I could get lost in the point of the video. The point of the video is I experienced a miscarriage. I'm also experiencing everything else that comes with being a loving mom. I have 2 beautiful children right now. We were expecting another child, and I had allowed myself to be okay with expecting another child, to almost be excited, to go from being shocked to okay to excited, to almost sharing. Again, this video was supposed to be a sharing, the beautiful experience of bringing life into the world. We had already done the celebration of sharing it with my kids. They were super excited. The tragedy of it, they were in the sonogram room at the time we did not hear a heartbeat, which completely made me feel like a failure as a mom, because I couldn't protect them from that. My husband was fantastic through the entire process. He kept me number one, and I think I wanted to protect everyone else from it, but he was protecting me from what we were experiencing, and I never felt like I was going through this by myself. We had also did a surprise celebration for my mom and my dad, my in-laws, my sisters, godparents, very, very close, immediate friends. And usually the whole rule of thumb is you wait until after the first trimester. But again, I'm a very faith-based individual. I had never experienced anything of this magnitude before, so it wasn't in my realm of thinking. Also, where I feel like I should find the blessing in the tragedy. I know in my heart that God was protecting me and my family from something else. I've heard so many people comment that they were 4 months, 6 months, 9 months and miscarrying. I don't think the length of time or the magnitude of a miscarriage changes from the time that you conceive, from the time that you find out you're pregnant. I feel like as a mom, you bond immediately with that child. I have not experienced anything as if, other than the beauty of childbirth. I made it through to the 40 weeks with both kids, worked up until the end. Like, that was the beauty of childbirth for me. So at this time, I'm having to logic with myself that God was protecting us from something else, or He's really allowing us to pause and take time to be grateful for the beauty that my family already has, the amazing support that those of you that have DM'd me, that have asked what is going on, my very, very close friends that work with me that know that there was clearly something going on. The amount of support has been unwavering. And I want to thank those of you that are even watching this video, even if you don't personally know me, if you don't typically follow my channel. I really feel like this is something that happens more times than not. The doctors even have since put back the amount of time or the earliness that you can go and have your first sonogram, because from what I'm understanding, most women miscarry several times in a lifetime and they wouldn't even know it. But I have to be very, very aware of my body, obviously, because I'm getting to the point that I'm starting to miss cycles and, you know, the hormonal changes and things of that nature. So I'm very aware, but at the same time, this was going to be such a beautiful surprise if that's what God had intended. And, you know, I typically adjust to things that happen in life. I will say this one threw me for quite a loop. I'm glad that I'm actually getting to the end of the video without completely being in tears, because it's been that for me. So I would like to wish those of you that are going through anything like this, tragedy, despair, grief, know that you're not alone. I've never really experienced this type of depression before, but I will say I have been documenting how I've been able to get at least to this point. And by no means am I saying that I'm okay, but I'm saying that I'm getting through the grief, if that makes any sense. So if you guys would like for me to give you more insight on the things that I'm doing, maybe to help you out if you're still struggling in any facet, how am I able to find the blessing in tragedy? Just comment down below. I'm hoping that this kind of clears up where I've been over the past couple of weeks, what's been going on, and I'm hoping that this video is able to help someone. I know I said a lot, but it just feels like it's such vacant space right now, and you know, we're all human. So I'm sending you guys big hugs and kisses if you're watching this video. Know that you're not in it alone. Know that you're not struggling alone. Know that anyone's life or no life is perfect. And if you're seeing this black hole instead of the beauty of life, know that there's still life inside of you. And although this is dark, notice that all of the outside is you. So once the darkness is gone, you can get back to the light. So with that being said, I'm sending you guys big hugs and kisses, and until next time, we'll talk to you soon. Bye.